I feel like I was always sort of minorly obsessed with Y2K because it was such a letdown. And so one day the idea kind of came like, oh, it'd be interesting to see a bunch of teenagers go to a party and Y2K actually goes down.
Kyle, this was fun. I'm gonna start
Thanks,
off with
Jimmy.
that. What? I mean, this is you've done a lot of comedy. This is a your first feature film debut as a director. Why this film, and what was the appeal of going back to Y2K?
Yeah, well, I mean, I wrote this with my friend Evan, and we both grew up in this era. And I feel like I was always sort of minorly obsessed with Y2K because it was such a letdown. And so one day the idea kind of came like, oh, it'd be interesting to see a bunch of teenagers go to a party and Y2K actually goes down. I texted Evan, we started writing it. And over the course of putting together this screenplay and like talking to people and producers, we were really encouraged. Like, you guys should do it. You should make this happen. And so I didn't by no means set out to be like, this is a movie I want to direct. It was more like, I think this would be a cool movie to see, and maybe
Mm,
somebody would make it. But it made sense, and we were getting encouraged, and people were like, this the best. So that's sort of a lot of the why. And also, I think because we wanted to showcase our teenage life. You know what I mean? There's not a
yeah.
ton of Y2K era stuff that you've seen on screen, and so it was just a fun excuse to put it out there.
Yeah. Well, Jade and Julian, you guys are so good together in this. It just seems a nice, instant, believable friendship. But you also got to work with Fred Durst. So, I mean, that's like the best of both worlds. What was that like? Start with you, Julian.
Yeah, I guess it was great working with kind of not so much Fred Durst, but people my age.
Yeah.
I guess it's always fun. Like, it was fun on and off set, and I think there was genuine connection there, and I think you really see that kind of portrayed between Eli and Danny, and I think Jaden's just a really really good person, and it
Uh,
was fun right from the get go, and just being able to get to know each other, and I think also having Carl and Evan really kind of put a lot of effort into making that relationship so real and so genuine. So yeah, there was like a lot of just talking about things and backstories or little sayings or nicknames that you hear throughout the film, and there's no context, or you don't go back to it or you don't hear it again, but it's something that that is special to like Eli and Danny, and I think that was really cool, and just to be able to work together, and yeah, it was great.
nice, nice. Jaden, with I've interviewed you before. You kick ass in drama. You kick ass in horror. You do comedy especially well too. What is it you look for in a project? Because you seem to really enjoy horror, my friend.
I've actually never seen this as a horror, but now,
Fair enough.
yeah, but it is gory. But I don't know. I think I'm always looking for anything that has intention and has like an artistic vision, and I obviously really wanted to work with Kyle. I'm obsessed with. I was grew up being obsessed with Kyle and his comedy, and so it was a little intimidating to do comedy because it's relatively new to me. I know how to be like breathe heavily and scream and run away from a monster, um, but to
You're good
do
at that.
like yeah, I mean it's easy enough. Anyone can do that. But
Anybody.
it was like it was honestly way scarier to step into comedy and try to be funny because it feels like a very not it feels like intangible, not controllable to me at least. Like that, this is a craft that someone like him has mastered, and for me, it's like it's a luck thing. Sometimes I'm funny with my friends, sometimes I brood in a corner. So it felt like something I couldn't control, but I think really what it came down to was being comfortable with him, trying to make him laugh, knowing his humor, him being able to make me laugh, and then also having him help me feel super just comfortable in that setting socially and like spiritually.